Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting interview by Financial Insight. We're on the final day of Mining Indaba 2026, and boy, oh boy, it's been an exciting journey. We're currently at the Zanaco Pavilion, where I'm about to have a conversation with two of our wonderful friends, Chanda and Charlie, who are going to tell us about their experience and whether they achieved everything that they wanted to achieve. So stay tuned for insights from this conversation. Welcome back. So, guys, it's so good to see you at Mining Indaba.
It's good to see you too, Mama. Thanks
Great
for
to see you
having us.
too.
Chanda, I think I met you on day one. You were so full of energy, and yeah, I can still see that you're still bouncing it. How's it been so far?
My feet hurt. It's been a lot of walking, but it's been absolutely amazing. I think we've had a spectacular time meeting our clients, our potential clients, and engaging with different stakeholders. So yeah, it's been very worth it.
Absolutely. And Charlie, you were on panel discussions. So, how did you have this experience? I know it's not the first time, but what was it like for you this time around?
It was fantastic because I feel that this Indaba was also kind of a performance review from the previous mining conferences that we've attended, where a lot of parties set KPIs. So it was refreshing to go through some of the things that people have done, and so reinvigorating and re-energizing for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. But anyway, let's get straight into it. Obviously we've been following as Financial Insight, Zanaco's, participation in this particular endeavor. So I'll start with you, Chanda. When you think about, the strategic alignment regarding why Zanaco actually, came to Indaba, you guys were also, gold sponsors of this particular event. And the theme obviously was stronger together, progress through partnerships. How does Zanaco Bank's participation align with your broader corporate strategy supporting Zambia's mining sector, and what specific partnerships were you seeking to achieve? Because you obviously, that was something that we kept on hearing, like, Zanaco is here for you.
Yeah, so maybe just to give you a little bit of history. So Zanaco has been coming to the Mining Indaba for the past 5 years. So this time around, it's a 12-member team led by our board chairperson, Professor Oliver Sasa. And I think for us, the theme, Stronger Together, and the partnership theme really aligns with our brand promise. So what we're telling our clients, what we're telling the communities that we're in and the general public is we're putting you first. So we can't achieve our you first promise without partnering. And I think that's why earlier on I spoke to the fact that we're here for our clients, we're here for our potential clients. We're looking to partner with them to grow the mining sector in Zambia, to grow the energy sector, because these need to work hand in hand. And so for us, it's pretty much been all about meeting these potential clients, meeting these clients, and emphasizing the fact that we're putting you first. An example of our You First brand promise is how we've partnered with one of our clients, and that's Barrick. So in Lumwana, we've partnered with Barrick under a program called the Accelerator Program, and it's pretty much targeting the SMEs in the mining value chain. And we've managed to upskill and to train just about 1,000 SMEs. And this translates into the local economy in the Lumwana area. So for us, that's what we continue to do, continue to put our customers first, continue to put our partners first. And so that Stronger Together pretty much works and resonates very much with us. And that's really why we're here, to put the mining sector first, to put Zambia first, to put our customers first, to put the region first. And so for us, that's why we're so excited about this Indaba.
Absolutely. Well, if you don't mind, I just wanted to add to what Chanda's indicated with respect to partnerships. I think the mining value chain is a complex value chain, right? And to her point, you can't do it alone, and you need partners to walk through that journey. But also, in particular, it involves not only the industrial miners, who are the big customers, but also SMEs. Now, she talks about capacity building. Now, the bigger issue that we have is the choices we've made. If you look at other value chains, we don't segregate. We go through all the different segments. So it was naturally fitting for us as a corporate strategy to ensure that we solution for the different segments that will impact communities, but also be help for the bigger mining industrial players.
Absolutely. And, just maybe as a rider to that, one of the things that we also, noted was that you guys obviously have a plethora of financial solutions, and you obviously want to give support, especially to the smaller business as well as the larger businesses. But like, are there any specific tailored financial products and services and initiatives that Zanaco is offering to mining companies for both the established operators, and then also, I think the president alluded to, the legislation, the success in the legislation on local content. Any comments on that?
Absolutely. Start with the industrial miners are the easier ones in terms of structuring solutions. They're just looking for working capital facilities. It could be trade products. It could be LCs, guarantees, you name it, when they're importing their equipment, etc. Okay. However, when you go to the lower segments, this is where it starts getting interesting, because the risk profile is higher. So as you develop your solution, you need to ensure that you mitigate against some of the inherent risks within that segment. So we're doing more of the blended sort of products, right? You need to have a product that will have insurance to mitigate against certain risks. You need to have a product that should make sure that the performance risk is mitigated. So we go to the extent of engaging even the big mining operators to ensure that their contracts are mitigating some of the performance risks that are inherent. So you want a bankable sort of contract being offered to the SME. So it's not just having this conversation with an individual SME, but you want to ensure that the final recipient of the service that this SME is offering is part of the conversation. So it's value chain finance, mitigating against those inherent risks within the segment, and ensuring that you are part of the growth story in terms of capacity for the SME. It's a win-win situation for not only the SME, not only the bank, but the big mining giant and the communities as well. Now, just speaking around the local content, you can't have a successful local content without finance. But it's not only the financiers, it's the government, it's the industrial miners. The government has set the platform. Here are the reforms around the local content. Can you, all different parties, pick it up? So our role there is to ensure that together we find these solutions that will carry the local content to the next level. And it's capacity building that Chanda spoke about, getting these smaller miners to a level where they become bankable. It's a process. We've started that, and we're excited about the future.
Absolutely,
and that's just to ride on what Charlie has said, and I agree with him. I think what we've noted from the meetings that we've had with a number of our clients, whether it's here, we've had several, whether it's here at the Indaba or back home, at the end of the day, we're also happy to co-create solutions, to tailor-make solutions with our customers, because we know that they have different needs. So even as we're driving the growth of this particular sector, we're happy to sit with our clients to understand what their needs are and to co-create a solution that is tailor-made just for that client.
That speaks volumes to your motto of, you go first. Absolutely. So, this is all, very, very, very exciting. And, one thing that we also observed was, how Zanaco engages with participants at Mining Indaba. For a second year in a row, I had the privilege of obviously attending the cocktail. Just tell us a little bit about, the purpose of the cocktail. And it comes on day 3. Is there a particular reason why it comes on day 3?
No particular reason, but last year it was on day 2. It was on the Tuesday. This year we had day 3 because it's kind of like the closing event for the Zambian businesses and the different partners that we work with. So this year we had it last evening, and we had the Minister of Mines and Mineral Development as our guest of honor. We also had the Provincial Minister of the Copper Belt attend as well, and different key players. And I think for us, that is just a culmination of this is what the Mining Indaba has been, and this is the end of it. And the minister did mention that this was his very last speech of the Indaba. And it just brings together different players coming to network. We had lawyers, we had the energy sector, we had different financial sectors. We even had different banks attending as well, and our clients, our potential clients. great networking event and opportunity for different stakeholders. And I think that's what it's all about, just celebrating the success of how Zambia positioned itself. We had different speakers in different panels, and Charlie sat on a panel as well. We had our acting CEO, Mr. Simkoko, sit on a panel. We had our board chairperson. But then we also had different Zambians position Zambia so well, position the mining sector so well. And this also started with day one at the opening ceremony, when our head of state positioned the country and the mining sector so well. And so that last event was just a celebration of the success of Zambia, a celebration of the success of the bank and the different players that came to be here at the Indaba.
Right. And as we get to close our interview, I just want you to just share a few key takeaways from this particular event. Obviously, you have been on this journey for a number of years. For you to now graduate to now a gold sponsor, what do you take with you when you go back to HQ about Mining Indaba 2026?
A key takeaway is, first and foremost, the president did go through what he set as an agenda for his government on day one. It was resonating well with what we're seeing. Okay, so there's a policy angle, the reform angle, and there are results that we're seeing. And we see that through the traffic that comes through our doors in as far as engaging with businesses are concerned. Another takeaway, because now that's the operating environment that is conducive for driving mining to the next level. Another takeaway is obviously now solutioning for the emerging needs. And it's not just the mining value chain, but other related sectors. You talk about the energy sector. In there's generation, there's transmission, there's distribution, there's trading. Those value chains are also coming on board to ensure that we provide solutions for them. Then, of course, the other takeaway is how you solution for the smaller guys and ensuring that the communities are not left behind. So for us, the environment is set. We need now to go and close those conversations. It was almost like resetting the KPIs or refreshing the KPIs for 2026 and beyond. The cocktail that she talked about, we were closing next calendar meetings or slots that we need to undertake. So we will go into the energy sector, infrastructure, be it road construction, border post constructions that are leading to some of these big mining, borders and towns, to ensure that now we close the deals. And to her earlier point, it's not just the private sector players, but even bankers, because we need to syndicate these deals. We need to ensure that together as a financial sector, we're solutioning for the entire industry and our country. So those will be the major takeaways, so that next time we come back, we're counting the outcomes or the results of the KPIs we set, and we reset for the other year and beyond.
Absolutely.
Key takeaway for me is growth. How do we then position ourselves to be the financial partner of choice for our customers, which I think we have. But now it's going back home and implementing what we've discussed here at the Indaba. So it's closing the deals that we have started here. So I think for me, that is quite critical. Proceeding with the key messages that we've had even here, taking them back home, engaging our clients and our potential clients further. We did speak to some clients who are beginning to explore, so exploration in Zambia. So how can we then continue with those discussions and help them grow? It's all about the growth of the mining sector. We do have a target for 2031 to get to 3 million metric tons of copper in terms of production. So how can we play a role as Zanaco to ensure that we are part of that value chain, being the financial partner to grow the sector and to be able to deliver by 2031.
Absolutely. No, Chanda, Charlie, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And on behalf of Financial Insight, I'd just like to say thank you for continuing to support the local team, the Media Machine. It's been such an honor to cover you guys, and we look forward to the rest of the year as you close those deals, because that's where we get to the information that tells us that, okay, Zanaco is moving forward, and we want people to get to know.